Here we go, 5+3, Zen mode. I do not know my opponent's rating. I will play a game, commentate on it. At the end, I will guess their rating. And we will also learn something about the game and do a quick analysis. So this is a Scandinavian where they take. This is a weird move that I don't know. Normally they take back. So I will play c4 and just ask how my opponent intends to hold on to this pawn. Or how they intend to get this pawn back, I should say. So I'm currently up a pawn. This move has to be right. Right, knight f3, we'll just develop. There's absolutely no way this can be a real opening for black. So I think black just got confused about something. My first threat is, oh, interesting. So knight e5 looks good. The idea of knight b5 threatening. Nope, that's not threatening. Wow, my eyes just jumped that I was threatening this twice. Ooh, that's tough. Okay, new threat. Bishop h5 threatening this, and if knight takes, queen takes. That seems better. And we'll castle, and eventually probably play b3, just so that we don't have to defend this pawn. And probably bishop a3 is probably where that belongs. Also, h3 looks really good, although not an immediate threat, because g4 might work. I also am not in any huge hurry to change the position too much. I can just make incremental changes if I want to. It's just a question of where this piece belongs. Normally in these positions you would worry about this bishop attacking this knight and this rook, but there's a pawn on d4, so this is it's not true here. Could also maybe even play something like g4. Okay, so I'm going to attack that. This is one of the nice things about playing b3, because now I don't have to worry about this pawn hanging. So takes, takes. I'm now threatening that. He might play bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop g6, but that's fine. I don't really mind. Okay, how to improve the position? I'm just gonna come back for the time being, just because I don't want to have to calculate like whether g5 is a thing. Play that. I'm gonna start with this move. It looks pretty tempting, and I like the fact that it attacks a bunch of squares. Okay, so let's continue to develop. I want to play d5, but the threat was rook takes, so this kind of solves that. Also, if I could just, finish my development, play rook ac1 or rook c1 and d5 here, definitely an idea. I'm also just threatening to take b7, which is the first time I've seen that, so I should probably look at that. Rook b7, if rook b8, knight here looks really strong. Yeah, that was already there. I just completely missed that. It's a good example of like horizontal calculation, scanning the board of just like sometimes just missing something very simple in the position. Okay, so bishop b7, rook b8, knight here. If rook takes, rook takes. Sorry, if rook takes, bishop takes. Queen takes, bishop takes, and rook c1. Yeah, that works. Okay, we're fine. This line works. I just needed to make sure. You can start with this, but it doesn't solve the issue. You're still just, this fork exists whether you like it or not. So I think the only thing I have to be a little careful with here is this d4 square. It's a little weak. And this bishop might come to life like this, for example, at some point. So if he takes here, we just take back. In that calculation that I just gave too, I forgot that I needed to start by moving the knight. So this, I thought it was rook takes, bishop takes, and then just queen takes d4, and after queen takes d4, bishop, but I was wrong. Okay. Um, this just hangs a rook, so he resigns. We'll see. Let's start by getting our knight back in the game. Attacks the queen, which is nice. Also threatens this. Yeah, so start with this, take this. So I'm threatening this at some point, but I need to start by moving the knight. This forces a bunch of pieces off, which is good. I think we'll just force some pieces off. Actually start with this. Okay, stabilized everything. And now what? We play here and we threaten this move, which brings the queens off. Actually, it's more than just brings the queens off. It's check, takes, rook takes, bishop here, rook takes, which is the game. This is also defended. This move doesn't work. You can take with either. There's no square to go to, so there's no real threat. Yeah, this is a pretty clean one. He just had he played a horrible opening, so I don't know what that was, but you can't just give up the center like that and just give me all those pawns. Yeah, good game. My prediction is that his rating is like 2030, I'm gonna say. 1950. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. Um, Pretty low rated. Man, I didn't realize how low my rating had gotten. Not that anyone cares, but seems like on Lee Chess they've been down recently. Um, okay, let's do a computer analysis, and while we do that, I will go through the opening. This is a Scandinavian. That just means when e4, d5 happens, I take back, and then this is this weird knight of 6 move, the modern variation apparently. This is an idea where you give a check and then you bring it back. And the point is, after a knight takes, you play d4 and you play for c4 and you just get a good position. he did not take back. He played this move, and then after c4, it looks like you have to immediately fight for the center, which makes sense. But if you just do nothing, then yeah, I mean, my position just kind of plays itself. I'm already plus 2.6, and I haven't made a single move that was not 100% intuitive. So we just build an advantage, be patient, nothing crazy. There's a weird ringing in my ear. Rook here first is a blunder. I've just missed this b7 idea. I had my eyes on other things. Now we take, found this little tactic, which is good. Yeah, not too much to say here. I mean, this game is pretty clean sailing from the beginning. It definitely makes it easier when your opponent plays. So 94% accuracy, I had one mistake, and that was just the rook e1 move, and it's just because it missed the idea of bishop takes b7 earlier. So not a great opening for my opponent, but I think we capitalized well. So my one big takeaway from this, what will it be? What will it be? It will be, I think the biggest thing is just before coming up with a plan in your head that you're like, hey, I have to play rook e8 here because I haven't developed this yet. Just make sure you are scanning the board and asking yourself what changed. Because after d takes e, now rook takes, something changed in the position. What changed in the position is this bishop has come to life. So the reason I miss this is not because I don't understand that bishop can take b7 in some positions. It's because I forgot to scan the board for what changed based on this last position. So d takes e, what changed? Now this bishop is attacking b7. This wins on the spot. I included an unnecessary rook e1. Luckily, it did not. It wasn't the difference of winning or not winning, because he still didn't stop it, but something I should not be missing. So, okay. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we are both one step closer to becoming chess masters, one day at a time. Stick with the grind, and I hope you're making progress. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Thanks, and have a good one.